I will always love that song. It's just one of those things, man.
Well, if you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Because it's already taken. That little copyright thing down there. Yeah, it's already owned.
You know, when I do hear that song, like whether it's out and about, I'm like, they took it from us.
Yeah, they did. Dropkick Murphys, man, I gotta love them.
Yeah, every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be ready. Better be ready to go. And then I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah.
How many times do you think that was played during the Patriots Super Bowl parade?
Did you see the message I sent you on Facebook?
It's all about Gronk.
Just typical 69 jersey. I'm Gronk.
That's just Gronk, man.
And then the pictures of him chugging beers is great.
Doesn't matter. Celebrate, buddy. The season's over. You don't have to go to practice.
Did you see the video of him and Marshawn Lynch playing Mortal Kombat X?
No.
That was classic.
Oh,
that was
you go on.
That was good video.
They're like so grossed out. It's hilarious.
Are you serious?
It's like 10, 11 minutes, but it's worth a watch. Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, find that for me.
It's on
YouTube,
I think.com.
Nice.
Conan O'Brien's page.
So anyway, you're listening to Vets on Sports. The whole gang is here today. We've got myself. I am, as always, JD. We got Brent Kerrigan. What's up, Brent?
Yeah, what's going on, JD?
We've got Joel Cheney. What's up, Joe?
What's happening?
And we've got Mr. Clean himself in the background, Aaron Davis.
Yeah, I tightened up the lettuce this morning.
Wow.
Did you?
Wow. I knew I did a good job. I wasn't expecting to get... thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. I'm a little sore,
man.
but...
Good job. Oh, nasty. You get that going for me. What do we... You know, let's go ahead and jump into it. What are the headlines? What are we looking at?
Well, I'm not sure if... actually, I think Aaron... had a couple that were going out there. I'm pulling it up right now because my computer did a nice little restart.
You taught. Joel's probably got it.
Well, once again, with at least with Phil and
classic. Nobody's ready to start.
No, I'm ready. I'm just
let's just hit the music and flow with it.
I'm checking the levels and then I'm fixing the Google Plus page.
Oh, okay.
But we had another problem with Phil and Tiger on their second.
Yeah, man.
Their second event out. Now Tiger left. Phil just didn't play well enough to keep playing.
Tiger was +2 through 11 on the first round, and
like on the 12th hole,
it's his back, man. Freaking Lindsay is absolutely tearing his ass up.
No, you couldn't activate his glutes.
Yep, he couldn't activate his glutes. His glutes weren't firing.
You know, how
according to him,
how come I'm not on the PGA Tour with my glutes the way they work and fire? You know.
That's just not something I want to address right now.
Woods, he left at the 11th hole, the one that's closest.
Was it the 11th?
Yeah. One that's closest to the
See, when I first heard because I first heard it on the radio, I was in the car, and the first thing that came in my head was he probably had another bad outing and just called it quits.
Yeah.
At that time, they hadn't told us that on the radio. They hadn't said it was because of an injury.
No, it is because of it.
Yeah, I know that now.
Lower back.
But when I first heard that, I was like, "Don't tell me he just had a bad swing and like teed off and hit it sideways and just."
But here's the thing: a lot of people can say, whatever they want to say about Tiger Woods. To me, he's still the most if there's such thing as a dangerous golfer, he's the most dangerous golfer. Whenever he's in the field, everybody's watching.
Yeah,
because they know one of these days, at any moment, he will freaking snap out of this, and he will be good.
I don't think anyone fears him anymore, though. I don't really think anyone is really scared that they're going.
Well, not yet, because they haven't seen him come back yet.
Right, for about 3 years.
Right, but I mean, you got to figure knee surgeries, back surgeries. I mean, the last couple of years has been hell.
Yeah,
divorce.
I mean,
get that going.
It's crazy because I think we're almost entering a new generation of golf right now because Mickelson's been terrible, Woods has been terrible.
Well, we're seeing the rise of the younger crowd like that. Is it Jordan Spieth?
Yeah, Bubba Watson.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys now they're becoming more and more dangerous.
Well, Matt, with Rory, you can't ever turn your back on that kid.
No,
I mean I know he played in the Dubai tournament during the waste management one.
I was like Ricky Fowler, more for his.
He's on the golf course.
Yeah,
you can always find him. He's always in one color. But but he's always consistent.
Yeah. And I think he's definitely an up and comer. Probably going to start winning some majors here pretty soon, I believe. So.
One of the person who was it that won last week? It was Koepke. Koepke.
Oh, yeah.
And first win of his career last week at the Waste Management Open. So, you got to give him props for that. And then today, I'm trying to find him.
Hold on. Before we get off Tiger, I don't think it was necessarily that he couldn't do it. It was that The way he said it, I mean, is the guy a robot? I couldn't activate my glutes. Who says that?
Right, but I mean just everything
say, like,
goes into a 300-yard drive, dude.
Well, and I know, but you just say, "Oh, my glutes are tight, my back tightened up, my legs didn't get loose." You don't. I couldn't activate my glutes.
Well, if you're not a golfer, then you don't understand what the hell he's talking about.
No, I would understand it if he said my legs were tightening up, my glutes were tightening up on me, my back was tight. That's logical. I just don't understand his statement. It's dumb.
I understood it completely.
I'm just saying he sounds like a robot. The guy's as stiff as a board.
Okay. I don't see what the issue is. Guy bowed out, man.
It's the whole thing of him.
Things aren't triggering the way they're supposed to be.
Not in my swing. It's just
first off,
does not compute.
Okay.
The guy is just a robot. He's a cyborg.
He's one of the greatest golfers of all time in the history of the game, which is about 200 years.
The guy draws a lot of eyes. But
that's why he's so good, because a lot of people watch.
No, I'm just saying he gets a lot of attention
because he's so damn good.
But this is my point. I think he's been painted as the savior of golf. But look how many golf courses are still closing across the country. It's not really a problem here in Phoenix, but nationwide, I think a golf course closes every 45 minutes.
Said he was the savior of golf.
I think he's been declared that many times.
Well, let me tell you something though. If I ever have a kid, there's 2 sports I'm going to teach him how to play: tennis and golf.
I would throw one more in there: boxing.
Currently,
if he's a heavyweight boxer, he can make millions of dollars working once a year.
Yeah, but after he's 40,
then they have to remind him every game who exactly you are.
What do you care? You'll be dead by then.
He is still, man. I believe that the children are our future. And no,
I love America.
Full of America. But I mean, golf is still the way around, because football, believe it or not, is starting to decline. Even some of the athletes of today are saying, "I will not have my son play this game."
It says here that Tiger racked in $55 million in an injured season of 2014.
Still, but that's endorsements.
Yeah. Still,
no. I mean, it's it all comes under the same branch. It's just saying, like, even with an injured plague season of 2014, he still brought in $55 million.
Well, and if he plays tennis, he could hit ball boys in the nuts with a tennis ball and still. Make 55 million.
But his knees.
I think we probably all agree that golf is probably the one sport that you can play well after. I mean, even in your 60s and 70s, you can still be playing.
Yeah.
So in terms of because Tiger was there at the Waste Management Open on day one, they had 170,000 fans. On the last day, they had 92,000. But
that was also the same day as the Super Bowl.
That's why they were in Scottsdale, because the Super Bowl was in Glendale?
No, but I'm saying you have people that have that kind of money, and they've got 2 prime events.
After Tiger went out, it dropped by 50,000.
But this is still a good drawing tournament.
But, I mean,
we haven't.
The weather was terrible. I mean, you could even factor that.
The first 2 days were
well, Saturday it was rainy.
Right. It was terrible.
Sunday was the fog.
But it was terrible early in the week, and that's when they drew the most, because Tiger was there.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you that Tiger draws people to the sport. He just does. He draws eyeballs.
I mean, I'm not even paying attention to the Farmers Open right now because Tiger's out.
Well, so does Tim Tebow and Johnny Manziel. They draw eyeballs.
What is it with you and He's the only person that actually mentions Tim Tebow.
Because I like him. He's an
I like
attractive
Tebow.
man.
He's not even an athlete anymore.
He's a very good broadcaster.
Watching him now,
he's that good.
What?
I'm just
JD, people like us, we look up to him now to be a reporter in the field.
I'm just there was a report that was through ESPN that they had to mention Tebow every 15 or 30 minutes because it got X amount of traffic to the page or to Sports Center. No matter what.
Now as a commentator.
Like, you remember even when he was here, like in Phoenix, like just practicing at one of the high schools, trying to get in shape for a tryout, they had news crews down there. It's the name. It's the same with Manziel. If Manziel came here, it would be everywhere.
Anybody comes here, it's popular because what else do you have to do? Go look at the Suns players?
Yeah, but
see those.
If Josh McCown was practicing over at Chaparral High School, no one's going to care. That's my point. It's the same thing. If Geno Smith was over at Chaparral High, no one cares.
But back to golf, he is the symbol of golf today. Him and maybe Phil. Depending on what side of the railroad you're on.
This is the second time that Phil has missed consecutive cuts. This is the second time it's ever happened to him.
It's because he's not fat anymore.
Oh, he's also going through a bunch of health issues.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, he's had some serious...
Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Well, literally, he's got 18 holes to do that. So,
Yeah. There you go.
Before we move off golf, though, did you hear about the ASU kid? He got like 27th place or something. They were going to give him a check for like 400 grand, but he's still an amateur.
so he
Yeah.
couldn't. He couldn't.
He
accept
could have.
it.
He could have accepted the check, but then he would lose his amateur status. He said nope. So he's still playing at ASU for 2 more years. He's a sophomore.
He'll be a great player.
Well,
Maybe not a great player, but he'll be in the lineup.
And there was
for a while.
another kid. I think he played the full season or like 75% last year on the tour as an amateur. I think it was at Cal or UCLA.
I mean, it might be U of A because there's a guy from the U of A who did pretty well.
No, it was one of the Cal schools.
Oh, it was.
But he earned like over $2 million on the tournament, but he can't take it. He's still an amateur. It's just crazy. Like, just shake him. You can go back to college later. You could pay for your own college. Take the $2 million.
Yeah, I can definitely. I'd take the money. I'd take the money.
That's why I say to any kid that's like, well, I could go to college, or I could play another year in college, or I could take X amount of dollars now. Take the dollars now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they teach you in college these days that are absolutely useless.
Hey, go play 2-3 years, get paid 500 grand a year, and then take whatever 100 grand of that and pay for the 2 years of college when your playing days are over, even if it's only 3 years.
Do it online.
Dude, I'm so non-college right now. It's not even as far as education
ITT Tech
goes.
is pretty cheap. I heard DeVry, you just have to open the door to get in.
I had this epiphany. Not that I ever go off track,
No
but I had
offense
this
to DeVry.
epiphany that, I mean, I'm bringing in my home business about 60. Okay. I'm in my master's degree in business. I haven't used one damn thing that I've learned in college to run my online business. Not one. And yet I'm got about $40,000 to pay off. I haven't learned one damn thing. Everything I learned, YouTube, mentors, and reading books from successful people. Nothing that I learned in college with my going into my third business degree has taught me anything about running a successful business or has any effect on the income that I'm currently bringing in.
Well, I disagree with you because I have my MBA as well. And
look where it brought you. You're at a job right now that doesn't pay a damn thing.
No, I'm doing all right. Well, this one. My other one, I'm doing all right. But all I'm doing is analysis all day, whether or not we're going to acquire 2 companies. So,
yeah.
But that's what I wanted to do. I had a goal. This was the direction I was going. So I think it's what you make of it. And
I think if you want to work for yourself and not somebody else, you can easily do that without a college education.
I'd agree. There's a lot of jobs. My undergraduate's in criminal justice. I use that 0% of the day.
That's what mine is criminal justice.
Works out well when I'm trying to explain people cops on TV. Now this is what's going to happen. They got to go back. They got to do this form, this form, this form, this form.
Hey, you want some analysis on the Aaron Hernandez trial? Right here.
They just took a tour of his house, by the way.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it on the thing, so I was like, throw that.
Oh, we got like 2 minutes on it.
Well,
You ready to go, Brent?
Go. Where
Hey, you asked that last night too?
usually he doesn't ask. I mean, he's like, it's time.
Very abusive.
I'd be like, I'm Brewster. It's time. Introduce me first.
Fighting.
Right?
Sorry, the best announcer of all time is Howard Finkel. We all know that.
Finkel, the Fink.
The Fink.
I watched Survivor Series 91
Soccer style
this morning.
kicker.
Hogan versus Undertaker. Undertaker's first title.
Unbelievable. When he came out, remember when
Dude,
they
he
were
was
interviewing Hogan and Undertaker came out of the casket?
Yep, that he showed it.
Yeah.
And the Nature Boy was there.
Nature boy.
All right, so what's next, Brent? Anyway,
Well, how much time do we have before break?
yeah, 15 minutes.
Oh, we got 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got 2 hours and 45 minutes to go.
I'm aware how long the show is, but
We've got a lot of time to fill.
well, we do have kind of a lot of things that we had in headlines that we kind of will be filling in. I mean, there's a lot of talk that's going on in some small stories in the NFL, which we're going to cover, like on the NFL section.
Do we need a breaking news sounder for you?
Oh, I'm surprised. You should have already that going right now. Everything that we say is important.
I'm going to have a Vets on Sports Mock draft round 1.
When are we doing that?
I'm going to release it by Friday for the NFL. It's only 3 months away, guys.
Now,
It's time to
should we
start talking about it.
Should I try and work on like seeing if we can get a spot like to do that draft on location at a sports bar?
I'm thinking about it. We did it last year at Twin Peaks. With the Birdies for the Brave. We'll get with John, not Birdies for the Brave, but Angels for Athletes.
Let's tip through these headlines, and we're already way off topic.
Who cares? We got 2.5 hours left.
I know, but I want to get all these headlines in.
All right, next headline.
Breaking news for you.
No, I mean, like I said, then whatever we cover, like on there's some of the topics that we had in the headlines that we can cover in the football thing, but like about Sue. Have you heard about?
I heard that Charles Woodson's recruiting him.
Well, he's saying like Sue is saying that he wants to go to Seattle.
I think he already said he wants to go to the highest bidder.
He would fit in perfectly in Seattle. The only problem is they have too many people they already have to pay.
Well, no, that's
going to have to take a pay cut.
I think he'd fit great in Oakland.
He's going to Oakland. That's what I've been saying. Yeah. They've got a lot of cap room. He already said he's going to most money.
He fits their mentality.
He's from Oregon. It's close to home. I think he's going, and he's just going to drive that Chrysler 200 miles an hour up and down the road and get pulled over repeatedly.
Now, the other news that I didn't hear about this until this morning was that remember Mr. Bully Incognito?
Yeah,
Bills.
He's going to Bills. He's thinking about going to the Bills.
Which, you know, I mean, one of the things I was thinking, if there's going to be one person that there's going to be he'd be playing under, they're saying, is Rex the guy to keep him under control?
Probably.
Well, I think
how's that donut over there, JD?
I don't think it's going to be a problem because of what happened last time. I think he's going to be subdued.
Well, what they were indicating is I don't really know that. He didn't play last year, did he?
No, but the question is, can he play? He took a year off.
He was a Pro Bowler before he had that issue in Miami.
Yeah. Well, he took a year off, and he's getting up there in age. I like him. I wanted him to come here because he played at Mountain Ridge. He's a local guy. And I want my guard to be a road grader for my running back.
Well, that's one thing. Him being a guard, that's the one position that the Bills had an issue with on their line, and for them to have because they never really ran.
They let their guard go to Tennessee last year. That's why in free agency.
Oh, is that where they lost?
Yeah,
him?
They had a big gap.
But that's why it was an attractive place for him because he could play that guard. He could play a position which he knows he doesn't have to learn a new position, and it's what they were. It's not like it's the key, but it's what they were lacking this past season. So
I think he should get another chance. I mean, bully, not bully. I think Jonathan Martin's kind of soft. I don't know if he's going to be an NFL player a long time, whereas Rich Incognito's been in the league for already double-digit years.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if he's too old to still play. That's my question with Incognito.
Well,
Joel, Martin plays for your team. What do you think?
I hope he's gone. I don't want him back in San Fran.
I mean, he played okay, didn't he, last year?
No, he was terrible.
I heard good things. I don't watch every Niners game, but
he was terrible. Got beat a lot. I mean, just almost our whole offensive line was horrible. But
you got people to pay too.
Worst. Yeah, we got Gore to pay if you want to keep Crabtree, but I doubt that we're keeping Crabtree. I think we're going to go more for Gore.
I don't know. I don't think your front office likes him that much.
No, I think the front office really does because he's spent his whole career in San Francisco and he's been incredibly.
Wait, were you talking about Gore or Crabtree?
Gore.
Oh, okay.
I think Crabtree's almost done because from what I'm seeing,
I heard he's a sorry ass receiver. Is that true?
But from what everything I'm seeing is that we may be going for a wide receiver in the draft. And that's what I think would be the best move.
I think your team's taking a step back this upcoming year.
Well, with our new coaching staff, yeah. I think so too.
I think you're going to lose a lot of talent.
A couple people it's talking defensive tackle and one wide receiver.
So, yeah, I mean, with our coaching staff, though, I mean, it's not going to be
2 out of 3 says DT.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I think they're gonna. Yeah. What's your guy, Justin, the D lineman?
Justin Smith,
and you got a couple linebackers who are gonna leave too. Navarro Bowman is a free agent, I think.
No, he's not.
He's not?
No.
Who's the other one then? Alden Smith?
Alden Smith, yeah, he's a free agent. But Bowman will be back next year. Patrick Willis will be back next year. And shoot, those two guys alone would be all right.
Get these damn things away.
Is that a good donut hole there?
So the Bills, however, do not have a first round draft pick this year.
Because of the
they
Sammy
trade
Watkins deal?
Yeah.
Who's got it? Oakland?
I want to say
Because Oakland took Knack, and he played well for them.
That was the linebacker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy tore up this season.
Yeah.
I don't know what his contract is, like how many years, but if that kid stays there, they could be building defense around him. That kid is good. He's quick as hell.
Their defense is good.
He's fast.
They need some pieces on offense. I think they're going to contend, especially if Manning doesn't come back. But
everybody's saying Jameis Winston's going to Tampa Bay.
Scares me.
Stays in the state.
There's a lot of strip clubs in Tampa.
There's a lot of strip clubs everywhere, man.
No, Tampa is the strip club capital of the country.
There's actually quite a few for me around here too.
Is that the draft list? Is that the draft list you have right there?
It's one of them. It's one of the mock drafts. I'm looking at the NFL, NFL.com.
I heard a rumor this week that Cleveland might be looking to move up to get Mariota.
Oh no, they have Manziel. He's all they need.
Mariota right now is slotted
Number 5
for the Jets at 6.
That's stupid. I mean, if you're Tennessee, you take that quarterback because this draft is 2 quarterbacks deep.
Yeah, well, everybody's saying because they had the worst defense in the NFL that they should probably go defense.
Well, Jake Locker's also gone. So who are you going to have?
But the
Zach
Jets-
Mettenberger? He played well.
Well, but the
They
Jets,
didn't have the worst offense in the NFL. They had the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah, but you got to get a quarterback. This is a quarterback league.
how many times have the Jets?
Let's
changed
save the
quarterbacks
NFL
in
stuff
last-
for the next segment.
You're
Let's
not
finish the
going to
headlines.
get – no, I need to finish this. You're not going to get a quarterback that's going to throw for 30 points a game, which is what you're going to need to win if your defense is as bad as Tennessee's.
And I'll dispute you when we cover NFL. Next.
What do you got, Brett?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about. Just we might have to pull some.
Give us some quick hitters. We got 7 minutes.
Yeah, no shit. Didn't you put together like a whole thing, man?
Yeah, and a lot of them are scattered throughout the entire.
We'll just hit them real quick, and we'll come back to them in a segment.
Jerry Rice. I'll throw that one out there.
Yeah, after he goes and attacks the Patriots for cheating, like a day or two later, he comes out and then admits that he went and was cheating. But his was more reference to the stick him on the gloves as opposed to,
Yeah, because stick them on the gloves have nothing to do with deflated football. It's helping you catch the ball.
I just stick them. It's not a big
Which,
deal.
by the way, that
Guys, I don't think a lot of guys were even wearing gloves then.
no, they weren't.
No,
So-
I mean he was pine tar in the hands, but he did say
So
it's like,
what?
well, everyone was using it, which
Everybody was using it, and so far, I'm yet to hear a quarterback say, "Yeah, I don't like the balls pumped up to whatever." I said, I put them as high or as low as I can, and then they go in and add shit to it.
Don't get on your tangent again defending your team.
no,
No,
but with the
absolutely.
whole with the
'Cause
cheating
right
stuff,
now, the whole investigation is
nowhere.
pretty much nowhere.
Yeah,
Because
because
there's nothing
it's
to
been
investigate.
swept under the rug. Oh, we forgot to record the levels of the balls. I mean, it's dumb.
but the day before Rice came out, Al Michaels came out and said that the Twins had used
Well, that's the Falcons. They got in trouble for pumping sound in. Like
right,
you're
and
saying.
then like 3 days later after that article, about 2 days before Jerry Rice came out and said that he was cheating, then all of a sudden Al Michaels was like, well, when I covered the game, he's like, what? And actually, it was one of the articles that I wrote. He was like, I remember sitting there to myself saying, there's no reason that people should be getting this loud at the 5th inning, at the start of the 5th inning. He's like, there's nothing going on. And he was indicating that, yeah, they had like, it was like the CBS, I believe that's what he was working for at the time. They put a test meter out there and it broke like their decimal meter.
Well, real quick, before we get on that and pumping in noise, do you think Jerry Rice was a big deal?
No, not
No.
really.
Brent, Joel?
No.
Everybody was doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't either. Okay. You're pumping in sound, though. I get it. You don't want to pump in crowd noise, but what's the huge difference between you go to a basketball game and they start doing the defense, and then the
Because
crowd jumps
louder
in?
messes up with your focus.
Yeah, but they're doing the same thing to incite the crowd to jump up and down and get like when we go to the Coyotes
but
game.
There's a difference between the level that they play the defense chant at and taking recorded crowd noise and turning that shit above record noise.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of WCW, the Goldberg chants. They would pump those in for like 30 seconds. Everyone would start chanting Goldberg, and then they'd turn them off.
Yeah.
And you'd get that. And I mean, I don't think anybody notices except when you do it in a stadium that's half empty, which the Falcons were because it's awful. And it's like 50 years old.
Well, what I would understand was that World Series was 28 years ago.
Well, in the World Series, you should have
so
a full
wasn't Jerry
house.
Rice.
Well, no, in the article I put, he was like, well, he was claiming that there was artificial noise and he couldn't believe it. I'm like, well, it was the World Series. I mean, that's exactly. I put that in capital letters. I was like, it's the biggest. It's the end of the game, or it's the end of the season. It's the biggest game or the biggest series that's out there. You're damn right. It's going to be loud. But why come out now? It's just because it's the Falcons have just come out. It's like, what are you trying to gain on this? It was 28 years ago.
I'd have to see it, but I doubt he just brought it up on his own. Somebody probably asked him a question about
he was
it.
being interviewed interviewed for a football interview, and it came up.
But did they ask him,
If
like,
they-
have
did
you
they
ever
ask
been
him
in a
about the
place
Falcons?
that has heard that pumped in crowd noise? 'Cause, I mean, a lot of times they do that.
Yeah,
Then
it's
they're
not like
it's not like they're like, hey, how are you doing today, Al? Well, by the way, the Twins
No.
pumped in crowd noise in 1995.
No, it was because
I think that they asked him
Yeah.
about it, and he brought
yeah,
up
and
the
it was
situation.
in an NFL brought up interview that he was in.
Yeah,
and
but-
that's what it came out of.
But Al Michaels does
yeah.
every sport except hockey, other than the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even do that anymore. So I'm sure he's got
You believe in
experience in most
miracles?
things.
So
I'd
pretty
have
sure
to
that
see
it
the
was-
interview, but I'm not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was a question that was asked to him.
Yeah.
He didn't like call a press conference and be like, "I got breaking
No,
news."
it wasn't. But at the same time, I just like thought it was like that's kind of ironic where it's all of a sudden now it's being talked about more when he just didn't think it was
Well,
an issue back then.
Well, there's
No, if somebody comes to me and asks me a question on fighting in combat, and if I give a specific, it's not like I just walk around all day telling you guys our positions and everything, and and all of a sudden I want to put it on air. It's just if I'm asked a question on any topic, it'll trigger a moment, and I'll say, "Yeah, this happened." I don't see the big deal of it. I really don't.
yeah, I don't either.
Moving on. Now Michael's is safe for now.
I think he's safe for a long time. You know the story about him getting to NBC, right?
No.
Oh, it's a great story. When they got the rights to Sunday Night Football, he was under contract with ABC, which is owned by Disney, obviously, and ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I guess NBC Universal held the rights to Walt Disney's first ever cartoon that he ever created. So they basically traded that cartoon for Al Michaels' contract so he could do Sunday Night Football.
All right.
Fun fact.
I did not know
There you
that.
go. It's pretty good. Next.
Ted Lilly took a plea. The pitcher, former pitcher,
Okay, Lily.
took a. He was involved in a little bit of trouble. I think it was in August of 2014. He was
Mhm.
involved in the insurance fraud, where basically,
Right.
long story short, I guess he allegedly backed his RV into something and then filed a false claim. So he just went ahead and took a plea to avoid being in jail. Something like it was like a $2,500 fine, but like 2 years probation and like I think it's something like 300 or 350 hours of community service. But clearly, this is a guy who doesn't need to be cutting corners to be saving a dime. He's he's not one of the richest pitchers to ever play, but he's definitely well off, and he's getting involved in an
I
insurance
think he
scam.
was doing all right from the deal he got from the Cubs.
Right. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. So we'll be right back. We've got some UFC to talk about. We've got some cheat gate, which Aaron's favorite thing is how everything's a gate these days. So we'll be back. We'll start covering those.
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, "Thank you for your service" to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
breaker, 1-9. How about that bandit? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
And we're back. You're listening to Vets on Sports. JD, Brent, Joel, and Aaron, as always, in the studio out here at the ivetx.com studios, Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm looking through this mock draft here, okay? And the Jets are slated to take a quarterback, all right? And they haven't had much luck the last few years with their quarterbacks. Okay, so you're looking at, obviously, they're thinking Mariota's going to be available first for the Jets because Tennessee, Jacksonville are both going defense. The Raiders need a wide receiver. That's why they're saying Amari Cooper or Kevin White from West Virginia is going to go. The Redskins need defense. There's a couple people they're looking at, which leaves the Jets as the first place that needs a quarterback. Now, let me ask you this. Chicago is right after the Jets.
At what, 7?
At 7. What's the chances that Mariota ends up in Chicago?
0.
Do you think Chicago is going to move Jay Cutler?
No. I think the one thing you could see is the Eagles making a move.
For Jay Cutler?
No, for Mariota.
Why? They have Nick Foles, who's healthy now.
I don't think they like Nick Foles. Rumors are they tried to move him last year right before he got hurt. I think they could make a deal with Tampa to move.
I like a guy that threw 4,000.
No, I heard about those rumors too. Yeah,
but I think they could make a move with Tampa to move Foles to Tampa, swap picks, maybe get a first next year or the following year, and they could take Mariota because Mariota is Chip Kelly's guy. He knows how to run that offense he wants to run. I think
true,
that would be the one surprise you would see on quarterback.
That would be a waste of a pick.
Well, like we were talking about, like I said earlier, there's two guys in this draft.
In Philly, man.
There's 2. There's Mariota, there's Winston, and then far behind that is Brent Hundley. Now, the one thing I think you
the
could
boy
say,
from Washington
All right,
State.
I need you to get off quarterbacks for a second.
well, but
Okay.
this is what I'm saying is I could see Tennessee trading back and taking Hundley middle of the first as their quarterback of the future. That's what I was going to say to you earlier when you were saying they were thinking that Winston is going to go to Tampa.
No, Winston's not going to. Well, yeah, Winston's probably going to Tampa. More than likely, he's going to Tampa.
I wouldn't take him with the stuff on him. I'd rather take Mariota.
It's Tampa. Nobody cares in Tampa.
I think if they can make that deal with the Eagles and get a couple more firsts, that's a great move for them. Because I think Foles is going to be a good quarterback.
Have what it takes to move up 20 spots to get to number one.
If you're giving 3 first-round picks,
who can afford to give up 3 first-round picks for a guy that's never played a game in the NFL? We're not talking about trading for Tom Brady.
People get crazy at the draft. I'm not saying it's a smart move.
No, they won't do that.
I'm pretty sure it happened in draft day, so it must be real.
I didn't even watch that movie because I thought it was extremely.
It's on HBO now. If you want to watch it,
don't care. No, the Eagles first round, they're going defense.
I think if they could get Mariota, they're doing it. It's Chip
doing
Kelly.
What with a bad defense?
Doesn't matter.
Dude,
Sanchez their plan is to
job.
score 60 points, and Sanchez is a free agent. He's not. There's
then
no guarantee
still
he's coming
have
back.
Folk who put up good numbers with that offense when he was healthy.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think Foles is just fine. I just don't think they love him there.
Well, here's the problem. Okay, you've got Foles. You're willing to put him as your second string quarterback.
Move him. Get picks.
To who?
Whoever.
Nobody's
That's what they're
going to
saying.
pick him up right now because they haven't seen him play a game since his injury.
Somebody will do it.
Who's going to move up?
Cleveland?
No. Hell no.
They might.
The last thing Cleveland needs is another damn quarterback story.
I know it is, but that's
and
just
then we're
how
talking
messed up
about
that
Johnny
franchise
Manziel,
is.
the third string story.
We were talking
gets all the airtime.
We were talking about this earlier. There's 8 teams eligible for Hard Knocks, and one of them's Cleveland. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cleveland on Hard Knocks.
I'll never watch.
But Cleveland's going to be in trouble because
watching, especially
Hoyer's a free agent. Gordon's not coming
for Atlanta.
Gordon's not coming back. So like,
awful.
Why would you want?
I knew they were going to lose.
No,
Sorry,
Cleveland's going to be. No, they've got a bunch of trouble right now because
yeah,
with Gordon not coming back, Hoyer being a free agent. Why would you want to come back to that lineup? That's
well,
troublesome.
and their tight end Jordan Cameron, he said he's not coming back.
Yeah,
and why would you? I mean, the guy's plenty talented. He can go somewhere else and.
But what does that say?
Take his talents elsewhere.
Do you think that also has something to do with the fact that they think Manziel might get a better shot next year, and nobody wants to play for him?
Well, that's why I think that they might even look for a quarterback because why would Hoyer want to return unless that's the only team that he thinks he can start for? That's my pitch because if you let Hoyer go, there's not much attracting him to come back. So if you do let him go, I mean, then Hoyer's what 30 or is he about 31, 32?
He's like right at 30.
So
he's like right at 30.
But he's injury. He's coming off some bad injuries and off of a kind of a disappointing season in terms of his.
He wasn't injured last year. He got benched.
No, this year. I mean, coming into this year, he had come off some injuries. So, but what's to say that what's attractive to keep him coming back to Cleveland?
If you're asking me, and I'm the GM for the Browns, my number one target is to re-sign Hoyer. I'm sorry, Manziel. You haven't shown me enough to make me put my faith in you.
You're gonna have to give him some weapons to back.
I'm
gonna get you a receiver. I'm gonna get you a tight end.
I would pay him pretty good quarterback. I'm not gonna pay him Tom Brady money, but I'm gonna give him, upper half of the league because this is exactly what happened to the Cardinals. They were so bad for so long, and then what happened? They started overpaying free agents, which you can do in the NFL because you can wipe that contract after a year or two. So you buy a couple guys. I'm going to overpay for this guy. I'm going to overpay for that guy. You don't do it for everybody, but you get a couple. Then you start to turn it around, and then you can be the destination place, right? Once you start winning. And that's what they have to do in Cleveland. They have to buy their way to get some talent because nobody wants to go there.
No, that I understand. But when you're mentioning with the Cardinals, the only difference is the Cardinals have had receivers. We just need the quarterback position. There have been weapons around.
But that's why their defense is so good now. In about 2007, 2008, they started overpaying free agents to get that defense.
The Cardinals always had defense. It was their offense that had been lacking.
Well, but my point is you pay, you start winning, then you can start saying people want to come here. I don't have to pay so much, right? And that's not that's what has to happen in Cleveland. So
Okay,
right
I'll
now,
agree with you on that.
they're
yes.
going to say, well, if they go in, 2 problems with Manziel. One, he's played
Just
like
2?
garbage.
You're a better person than I am.
Oh, that's because you hate him.
Only 2 problems?
That's because you might not
First
break
off,
if he
that's
was
the
throwing
only
smooth.
problem that matters. You play like shit.
Well, no, this is the other thing is his rehab thing. If it's a health thing, good. I'm glad he's getting treatment. Fine, whatever. If it's just because his publicist told him to go, that's a whole other issue, but we'll never know.
He's an ass.
The thing is with him is I don't know if he can play as good as he can if he gets his problem, quote unquote, fixed, right? My example would be Tiger Woods. Look what he did when he was banging all them skanks. It's confidence. It's mental confidence.
Some pretty hot looking.
Yeah, some of them were good.
Some of them
Rachel
are good.
Upatel, she was bad.
That one waitress? Yeah.
Not the Perkins ones.
No.
But my point is he had that mental confidence that I can do anything. Look what I'm doing. I'm knocking this thing out of the park. And I think that's what Manziel had when he was at A&M. Look, I'm the best quarterback in college football. I can throw it into that tight window. I can do this. I can run and break 15 tackles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes and gets his treatment and he comes back, he might not be able to get to that mental state again. Does that make sense?
No, it totally does. But I just think overall that's why I'm saying I think I can see them trying to go for a quarterback because I can see them wanting to bring Hoyer back. I don't see Hoyer wanting to come back.
Hoyer wants to come back.
This.
It doesn't sound like they want him back.
Look
from
at
what
the
I've
list.
heard.
Just out of the list of unrestricted free agents.
On the Browns? On the Browns?
Just on the Browns.
Okay.
Miles Austin. Jordan Cameron.
Okay.
So his wide receiver tight end done. Brian Hoyer, obviously we already talked about. Jim Leonard, he's going to retire actually. Marion Moore, another wide receiver, unrestricted free agent. Tyler Thigpen is the third string backup quarterback right now.
Alex
so you've
Mack.
got you've got your starting quarterback, you've got your third string quarterback, both unrestricted free agents.
And your number 1 wide receiver is suspended.
Number 1 wide receiver
and your
is suspended.
center is a free agent too, which they're probably going to franchise him again.
Yep. And then, you've got a couple of restricted free agents out there, but nothing on offense really. Well, Sean Drone, excuse me.
Here's the thing: if you're Cleveland, I think they've got to give Manziel the chance because they've invested in him. I don't think it's a good idea. I think he's going to fall flat on his face. But at this point, they've basically said as a franchise, Hoyer, we really like you, but Manziel's our guy, and double middle finger to you. Sorry. If they're smart, they need to throw as much money as they can at Dez Bryant. They need a wide receiver. I don't think he'll go there, but at least they could say that he tried.
Dude, I'm looking at Detroit's unrestricted free agents.
Who they got?
Basically, their defense, their starting defense. And Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, C.J. Mosley, Andre Fluten, George Johnson, Darryl Tapp, Ashley Palmer, Rasheen Mathis, Cassius Vaughn,
Safety.
Josh Thomas, Abdul Kudis.
Safety?
And then they've got Matt Prater, too.
I think they'll re-sign Prater. I think they learned their lesson.
On offense, though, they're pretty good. They've got a couple guards on the list and a couple tackles, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free agents on that defensive line.
Well, this is my thing to you. You don't want me to talk about quarterbacks anymore. Pull up the unrestricted free agent. There's not great ones, but there's a lot of good ones. You got Hoyer. He's above average.
Joe Webb.
He's a wide receiver.
He'll land
You got
as a quarterback.
You've got the Sanchez is a free agent.
Yeah, he did good. Couldn't even beat the damn Cowboys when he had it.
Kyle Orton, if he comes back.
My question is, what is Denver
Sam
going to
Bradford.
do? What is Denver going to do? Peyton Manning's done.
Dungy thinks he's coming back.
I think he needs to walk away.
Let me tell you why he's done.
I think he'll come back.
Look, unrestricted, Demarius Thomas, Wes Welker, Jacob Tammy, Raheem Moore. Let me see, tight ends, Virgil Green, Julius Thomas. All of these are unrestricted free agents and will get major money.
But if you're the Browns, you need to throw a lot of money at Dez Bryant, a lot of money at both those Thomas boys. I don't care what it costs. You can cut them next year if you have to. You need something.
But this is why I'm thinking Peyton Manning. I mean, he already lost his.
I don't think Peyton Manning cares who his receivers are.
Well,
Brent.
No,
that's bullshit.
No, let me ask you this then, JD. If it comes down to the Denver's organization, if you're trying to make an offer to keep Manning to come back, you're gonna go ahead and sign one, give those contracts to keep him in there.
Yeah, but the problem is they can't get max contracts.
Nope.
They're all going to have to
be a
lose
1 year.
money. No, they won't do that.
I think they're going to sign one of those guys.
They'll sign one, and if
One of
my
the
guess
Thomas
is probably
guys.
it's probably going to be Demarius.
I think it'll be Julian.
Well, because the problem is there's a difference between giving a max contract to a tight end and a max contract to a wide receiver.
Wait, we saw that argument with Graham last year.
Yeah, but but if you're going to bring one back, you want it to be a wide receiver. You want it to be your number one wide receiver. But the problem is, again, Peyton Manning chose Denver because they already had all these people in place.
And he wanted to stay in the AFC.
Yeah. And he tried picking the easiest route to the Super Bowl. But
should have came to the Cardinals. He would have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
See, I think he'll come back.
He's been in it 3 years in a row.
See, am I the only one that, Joel, do you think Peyton's coming back next year?
No.
No, I don't.
So I'm the only one that says he's going to come back.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I just don't think he should.
Yeah. We got Justin.
If we're gonna get into the should or would have, I mean, he probably shouldn't.
Sounds
but
like
I think
someone's got a case of the Spose does.
No, I just have a huge crush on Manning. It's no secret. But
it's because he owns all those Papa John's.
I do like pizza.
Watch our commercial with a dead kid.
Oh my god!
Wow,
that's bad.
Wow, you see, Aaron, the 2014 Aaron wouldn't even touch that. But no, I think he'll come back for. I think he'll come back for one more season. There's people that still don't think he should, but I think he will.
Trying to look at the Cardinals free agents here. Give me a second. Niners actually have quite a few. Blaine Gabbert, Josh Johnson, Frank Gore. You have to re-sign Frank Gore.
Absolutely.
I don't think that front office wants him though.
No, they do. I mean, he's been a workhorse for him, and he's just been a stud. Played his whole career.
Crabtree.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Brandon Lloyd.
He's gone.
He gone.
Well, there's two of your starting receivers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Both have been terrible.
So
isn't Bolden?
You guys need a receiver.
I thought, or he was due for a big bonus.
Bolden's still there.
Bolden signed a 2-year contract last offseason.
Yeah, so he's good. A lot of corners and linebackers, man. That's why I think this is why everybody's saying you guys are going defense. Chris Cook, Parrish Cox, Chris Culver, Desmond Bishop, Scooter, Ayupati, left guard.
They need to re-sign him.
Yes, they do.
Yep. So, but everybody's saying you guys are going defense, secondary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, that's been our MO here the past few years is the secondary, because it's just been awful. I mean, if they were to have a good secondary, they probably would have at least won that Super Bowl against the Ravens. Just my opinion.
Who else we got?
But I'm just a baseball guy.
Working my way up. Patriots.
Yeah, who do your world champion Patriots have?
Tom Brady.
A lot of running backs going on. Stephen Ridley, Shane Vereen, Devin McCourty, starting safety. Brandon Bolden's a restricted running back, free agent. Patrick Chung, Alan Branch, defensive tackle. But other than that, the core is coming back. Steven Gostkowski, you got to re-sign him. Kicker, got to re-sign him.
I think a lot of people don't value the kicker.
I do.
I think you just pay him whatever you pay him, and you don't have to worry about it.
Not in New England. We actually put the franchise tag on Vinatieri.
I think it's. I know it's an asinine comparison, but that's why I always take a kicker in fantasy somewhat early. Just put it in there, and you don't have to worry about it. It's set. And I think it's the same way.
You don't have to worry about it. How many times I use that? Trying to find the Arizona Cardinals.
I have it. I'll send it to you.
I got it right here. All right. Hausler, you got to re-sign him.
No.
He did a great job at tight end for you guys.
No. He was a first-round pick or a high pick, and he's never played up to that potential. You've got other guys in there that are just as good.
He's had the great quarterbacks, the consistent quarterbacks.
He's had 3 years to play up to the potential of his draft.
I like Hausler.
He did pretty damn good, man. Now, last year, he only got thrown to 10 times. He caught 9 of them.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the game because they were going with other guys because he hasn't been that good.
He's still a good blocking tight end. I'm not saying give the guy a max contract, but damn. Paul Fanaka, Tanaka. John Abram.
He's going to retire.
Yeah. They'll let him go. Dan Williams, nose tackle. Tommy Kelly. He's good.
I think they should re-sign him. They didn't pay him much. He had a good resurgence here. This is one thing this team's been good at.
Him.
Well, this is the thing this team's been good at with Steve Keim as the GM is we can take this guy who's kind of older, let him fill a gap for us, and then cut him. Like the Steelers kind of do with their guys. They cut guys right at the right time.
Well, here's the good news for the Cardinals. You're keeping your entire offense. The bad news for the Cardinals is
he's due $23 million. That's the big
they're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him. Larry's an Arizona guy, man. There's no
they give it to him.
They're going to give it to him.
I could totally see them sort of reworking his contract.
They still owe him from choosing Bolden over him and paying Bolden a bigger contract than Fitzgerald, and then Bolden.
No, that was they sent Bolden to the Ravens because he wanted a new deal when they paid Fitz.
Right.
The big guy here.
The bad news for the Cardinals.
Cromartie is a free agent.
I don't really.
I think he played very good. He was the number 2 cornerback. He got hurt late in the year. The Jets are going to throw a bunch of money at him to come back. I think they need to re-sign him. Sam Acho.
Had 3 picks. I mean, it's not bad.
And the other guy that they're going to re-sign that's not going to cost them a lot of money is Mike Leach. They're a long snapper for sure. Larry Foote, if he wants to come back, they should re-sign him.
Ryan Lindley, they can let go.
Carson Palmer will be back.
Ryan Lindley.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Totally let go. Yeah. The good news for the bad news for the Cardinals is your entire offense is coming back.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem was you didn't have a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't have one that stays healthy, and you can't have a running back that doesn't beat up his wife.
Ooh. In fairness, they cut him right when that happened. You realize that, right?
Yeah, that's because they knew about it, and they're like, shit, now the whole world knows about it. We got to let you go.
No, the police showed up at the facility, and they said, by the way, when you're done with those police, come in here because you're done.
Yeah.
And they said if he's not convicted, they'll welcome him back. So at least they took the bull by the horns.
So the Minnesota Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater is the official future for them. I like how he played last year. He did a pretty good job with minimal. Without Peterson.
My fear is that Fitzgerald goes there because he's from Minnesota and he was a ball boy and he's always wanted to play for the Vikings.
They're talking drafting a receiver for him. So
I could totally see a deal or maybe him walking in free agency. That's the one place I think he would go. Mm-hmm. I've heard all the New England rumors. I just don't believe it.
No, everybody says that whenever there's a top wide receiver that goes out there, and that starts in New England. I'd love to see him go there too, but to be honest with you, it's really not, it's not their thing.
The thing with Larry is I think he cares about his legacy and his legend. And I think if he stays his whole career here, he knows that's just as big as winning a Super Bowl in terms of Phoenix fans.
Yeah, to Phoenix, great. I mean, but look at what Phoenix fans have to celebrate.
But that's what I'm saying is look how many guys spend one career with one team. It's very rare.
But I can totally see him as a New England fan signing a 2-year contract because Brady's going to be around for a couple more years, and that gives him right now the best opportunity to go win a ring.
And that's just it. Does he want to win a ring, or
everybody wants to win a ring?
I think with Palmer coming back, the defense is still pretty good. There's not a lot of turnover. This is still a good place to play. You still have a legit shot to make the playoffs.
It's not a good place till they let us in the press box, jerks.
I don't think New England would let you in the press box either.
I have not tried yet.
Maybe you should.
Well, I'm not up there to cover it. I don't trust anybody else to go in there.
What about Joe?
No. Hell no. I'm not putting a Buffalo Bills fan into that sacred area. Kiss my butt.
Up your butt, Joe Boo.
Oh, shit. Okay, so who else? We got the Eagles, the Saints, Mark Ingram, running back.
Man, he turned it on in a contract year.
He did.
By the way,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Did you see your boy LeGarrette Blount's shirt?
No.
He had a shirt, and it didn't say beast mode. It sounded like ditch, but with a B mode.
Oh, okay. So bitch mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying not to swear.
Well, bitch is just as good as ass. We can say it. If they can say it on TV, we can say it here.
But it's just funny. And it's because Lynch isn't going to say anything about it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Surprisingly, and to me, he will not be fined one penny.
Yeah,
because
That's
his
why
hats,
they need a new commissioner.
because his hats are from an NFL authorized marketer. So
Yeah.
and it was team colors. So
Yeah.
now if it was from somebody else,
Yeah.
he would have been fined.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like that.
You doing okay over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just
Thanks
saying
for
that.
asking.
He's just saying that
Meacham-
so he doesn't get fined.
Robert
Thanks
Meacham
for asking.
has to come back. There's
Well,
no way
what-
because
Where are you looking at? The Saints?
no, the other team Robert Meacham plays for.
I don't know. You're talking about I don't know which team you're at.
I'm on the Saints. Luke McCown. No,
Yeah, he's a fine backup.
he's all right.
They've got the McCown Brothers Passing Academy. It's kind of like the poor man's Manning Brothers Passing Academy.
Yeah, the other than Meacham, I mean Shane Graham, maybe. You got to keep your kicker
I don't know why you're looking at the Saints. Who cares?
because we got to touch on a little bit of everybody. The Chiefs, Jason Avant,
That's
journeyman.
a receiver, right? Avant.
Avant is a receiver. Very good, Brent.
Thank you. Just a baseball guy here that comes in second in the NFL pool.
Just the facts, man.
So what you're saying is that you were the first loser.
No one lost better than me, baby.
There you go. Who won that, by the way? Silence. That's right.
I don't know. I don't know who
I was
won
gonna say
that.
my microphone was muted right there.
I don't know who won that, but I know who won the fantasy league.
The one guy who always lives in a fantasy world. That would be Aaron.
Well, it's just a material world, and I'm a material girl
Yes,
Or
you
boy.
are.
or boy.
Yes, you are. And one ugly one at that.
Where's that from? Saving Silverman?
Wedding singer.
That was way off.
Samsonite. That's way
The
off.
Giants are going to lose a lot, actually. Roll.
Yeah, I feel very bad about that.
Well, the Roll is a free agent. He's their defensive captain.
Right, but I mean, just because they're unrestricted doesn't mean they're not going to re-sign with that team.
No, but I think that you got to throw a lot of money. I don't think he's that great, but for that team, he means a lot. I wasn't a big fan of him when he was here. Jason Pierre-Paul, he's played all right, I guess.
The Falcons actually have quite a bit.
You got to say it like Deion Sanders.
The Falcons actually have quite a bit.
Wrong.
That was better.
The fuckins. The fuckins.
Wow.
It's
Jackiz
Falcons.
Rogers is on the list. Anton Smith.
I think he would
is
be.
on the list.
I think Rogers would be pretty good if he got a chance to be a number one back. I think
I
he's
agree
been.
with
I
that.
think he's been buried there. I'd like to see what he could do as a full
The
time.
biggest
back.
one is O.C.
I
Umanura.
was just gonna say that.
And he's talking about also coming out here to the West Coast.
I don't want him.
No, not here.
Yeah, I was about to
Raiders.
say this isn't the West Coast.
You know where he needs to go?
To the
Off
Raiders.
his white horse into the sunset because he sucks.
Yeah, he's only got a couple
And he
Super Bowl
mouths
rings.
and he mouths off every year because he needs more money, just like your boy Revis.
He's only got a couple Super Bowl rings.
I don't think that was thanks to him on that defense.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I watched him chase Tom Brady's ass around for quite a bit.
There's a
so-
lot of good guys on that defense at that time. He was just a cog in the machine, my friend.
Well,
He seems like a
the
nice guy.
machine starts with the front line,
He seems like a nice guy.
and he's one hell.
I think him and Pierre-Paul played off each other, and that's why they were both so good for that time period. But without each other, they can't do it.
OC did pretty good last year, man. Did pretty good last year. Mike Johnson, Jonathan Scott. They have to bring back their offense, their offensive line. So Scott will come back, but their corners, McLean, Wilson, Godfrey, safety, Javier Arenas has to come back.
Before we go to break, let's just do it real quick. What do you think is going to be the biggest free agent signing as of right now?
Sue.
No, because I already know where that's going. He's going to the Raiders.
Yeah, but I mean, he's
There's
gonna
no doubt about
be.
that.
I mean, he made what?
But,
He's
they,
averaging
but here's this.
almost $13 million a year.
When he asked that question, though, you got to think about the man that can make the biggest impact.
You know,
With or without him, the Raiders are still going to suck. I'm talking about
they
if
won't.
he goes to a contender.
Sue, you're out of your mind. Him and Khalil Mack, that defense will be great. That'll be a top
you know,
defense in the
because
league.
There's 9 other people that suck.
And he can rush the passer, and Matt can play right behind him, rush the passer, or cover as a linebacker.
Well, see, I thought he was
They're going to
asking
be
in
great.
terms
Plus
of
Charles Woodson as their captain.
contract,
It's going to be fantastic.
not like the biggest impact. I thought
Their defense was pretty good.
Were you asking the biggest contract or the biggest impact?
No,
Biggest impact.
just a surprise. A guy
Oh,
that you
I
think
thought-
that's going to go to another team that's
Oh,
going to be like,
okay, I
whoa,
thought-
that guy went to another team.
I
I'm
thought
surprised.
I heard that like the biggest contract.
No. Just one guy you think that, wow, that guy went to another team. I'm surprised by that. That's what I think. Can be anybody. And they don't necessarily have to be a free agent. It could be a guy that's going to get cut like Fitzgerald. Maybe he could go.
He is
somewhere.
not going to get cut. And he's staying right here.
That's why he's not my pick.
Hmm.
Mine would be Marshawn Lynch to the Raiders.
I'm looking. Let's go to break, and I'll have the answer as soon as we come back.
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for.